Hey folks, Phil Gallagher here for another episode of Daily D&T. As a reminder, today we are playing with that White Eldrazi deck list. We took a pretty devastating loss to Simian Spirit Guide in Burn yesterday, so I had to take a little while to get prepared to play this deck again. We have an okay opening hand. We're doing something powerful, which is cool. But this double Mox Diamond situation is sort of weird. A lot of ways to play this turn. I'm going to assume that some degree of mana stability over time is important. So, like, I could go City of Traders and then intend to put the other Wasteland under Mox Diamond to get to my 4th mana. But I'd rather keep the option of potentially Wastelanding my opponent. I'm going to play this Wasteland, losing the ability to cast a white-white spell if I draw one. Force Pitch Preordain. So that speaks combo deck to me. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this into play as a piece of pressure, intending on pumping it by 1 if I don't draw anything relevant. I did draw something relevant. Not super relevant, but relevant. Until I'm proven wrong, at this point I'm going to assume that I'm playing against Breach. With Wasteland plus Thalia here. Oh! There's the proven wrong. They were probably playing against Death Shadow Delver. No? Doomsday? Street Wraith is weird. It makes me think Doomsday. You lose half your life rounded up. So this will put my opponent to 5. I can hit them to 3 afterwards, or I can hit them for 3 now. Yeah. Alright. Does my opponent get a win through Thalia Heretic Cathar? I assume yes. And I don't think my Walking Ballistas are going to disrupt it. It's super unfortunate that our opponent was able to play through Thalia Heretic Cathar and Wasteland, because it's a very potent combo for turn 1. Well, like turn 1 and then turn 2. So like a fetch land, for example, we could have sniped with Wasteland. I don't know that my opponent can win. I have no idea what Doomsday piles look like these days. I know Thassa's Oracle is now coming up as something that is more common. So the Thassa's Oracle is now in exile. My opponent goes to 5. I may be stopping some Street Wraith shenanigans with Ballista. Yes. Okay. So this is just going to kill me. It doesn't matter if I removed it. Oh wait, no, hold on. When this enters the battlefield, look at the top X card of your library. X is your devotion to blue. Oh, greater than or equal to number of cards in your library, you win the game. That's unfortunate. Okay. So Thorn seems good. I guess a lot of my main deck stuff is probably fine. It may be more useful to think about this from the other direction. My opponent does have Baleful Strix, something we saw in the graveyard, but I don't think it's going to be particularly good. Like, Containment Priest isn't great, Ballista isn't great, Jailer isn't great. These are the things that I want to cut. Thorn is very clearly good. And then most of the rest of my sideboard cards aren't really great. Leyline of the Void is not going to stop a lot of the things that they're doing. So I think I'm going to end up playing a lot of suboptimal things. Yeah. I think Jailer is going to be just far, far too slow to actually impact the game. That's going to go. Then it's just a question of, like, do I want to try to break up a combo via Disenchant on an LED with awkward timing? Same to cast out, or do I just want to keep these as things that clock? And I probably just want to keep these as things that clock. We're looking to keep one of Thalia, Chalice, or Thorn in our opening hand, and preferably playing it on turn 1, like we can do here. So let's go Mox Diamond, discard a Wasteland, play out Caves, and play a Thalia. Thalia into Thought-Knot Seer should pack a pretty serious punch. So like this probably forces my opponent to just play out a piece of artifact mana. I'm going to take the card that the deck is named after. Kind of a hot take, but hope you'll accept it. I know they're pretty far away from casting that, but they need one of those to win, and I'm going to, like, Wasteland them. I guess my Wasteland is, like, technically not good against Edge of Autumn. just like turns their land into another card. Not crazy, right? Sacrifice a land, discard this card, draw a card. Feels like I got a freebie there. I think playing Ballista is good here. Because it means I can't use both Waterlog Grove for mana and crack this Misty Rainforest. So when I'm on the draw, I'm slightly more inclined to play this Disenchant over something that's slow or otherwise mediocre, like a Ballista or an Eldrazi Displacer. Because my opponent's more likely to just play out some mana. Thinking about the cast out. That's like so much mana to answer an LED. That one's hard, but I think I keep that. I have a Chalice on 0, which is pretty good, and spiking any land makes my hand very strong. I think Caves of Koilos is better than playing out the Mox Diamond. Just like we drew it up. And I think we're gonna... So this is interesting, right? So this provides pressure, but I can play Thorn into Thalia, whereas I can't play Thalia into Thorn. So I guess I will do this. The reason not to would be something like Serenity. But I don't know that my opponent is playing white. I don't think I saw white cards. I think I saw bug cards. Because they had Strix, they had Veils. I guess a Hercules recall is a reason why I might want to consider playing Thalia. But if my opponent can Hercules and go off in the same turn, they earned it. Top is definitely scary. But I feel like what I'm doing is also pretty scary. And I just get to try that again next turn. We are reaching the point where it's theoretically possible for me to lose via Hurkles into my opponent going off. Just yield natural Doomsday, huh? I don't know how much I'm actually going to get to slow down my opponent here. Like, it's very possible that my Thalia is not actually going to impact the game. Like, they can just fill their library with essentially Street Wraiths. And I might be in trouble. So we'll see what happens. Depends really on what my opponent did with their top of the library. Yep. That's kind of what I was afraid of. Did not expect to lose that one, given the matchup. But, you know, c'est la vie, so it goes. I'll be back tomorrow.